Hello, Sonia. Welcome to the Not Theater Show, episode number, I don't know. It's me. Supposed to be announcing errands on my birthday, May 18th, for a group event from Epic Survivors. I don't know if anybody is going to show up. It might just be me, myself, and I. For me, that's better. I may need to cancel that trip. I'm very scheduled to meet with some doctors at Stanford to get a second opinion on how to proceed with treating my blood cancer. All the scans are still showing no cancer. The doctor that's good. Unfortunately, I have one tiny spot that hurts so bad in the brain. And I gotta figure something out. Maybe I have to wear some pepper. But humidifier is in my mouth. If I wake up with my mouth inside out, and my tongue just burns. And I have a sour writing about 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to go back to bed. Just nothing else. Then it looks a little bit, but I'm trying to build up a tolerance and have a hard time with the doctors. They're like, it's hard to get them because they're not medicine to be effective fixers. Honestly, the only helps, but the best medicine I've ever found is riding my bicycle. And I haven't been doing that. With the coronavirus in the news, it's been kind of scary. And I got really sick back in February. If I had not experienced that level of sickness, I probably would not have taken this coronavirus very seriously. And I probably would be out there in my bad position. But I was sick for a long time. And Darlene was sick for a long time. She was with a coughing. I couldn't just get it anyway, so somebody told another nurse, let's say I didn't get an antibody test before I had to Stanford. I may delay the trip to Stanford. I'm supposed to be there June 1st, but I'm not sure I feel safe traveling in definitely don't want to fly as a neck breather. It's easy to drop. There's no way I can fly without dropping. And my biggest fear is that I end up stuck in quarantine. Just because I haven't tried for. So my plan is to ride my bicycle from Portland to Stanford, spending about 2 or 3 weeks just having a good time riding down the beach, camping, and watching sunsets. Just have a good time. And then get there to the appointment. They also want me to see politics, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Politics fair. And I was worried, I was like, hospice fair. But it's not. Well, it's help support me better. Chances are my health improves. But some of my conditions are permanent. Right now the tongue pain is so bad that I'm not able to wear dentures. I'm not able to chew any salt. And my blended meals caused me extreme pain. And so, unfortunately, I'm down to 141 pounds. I think I weighed that in 6th grade. So, I'm getting to the point where I'm not healthy. Let's say, to put on weight. And the doctors have been trying to talk me into the fitting. I had one for 17 years. Yeah. And so, that was a job. I'm an airplane. I have to talk like that. People are going to get nuts. Plus, I want to get my back. So, and now, the future it's what it is. You know, I've got cancer. I've been a cancer survivor for 20 years, 20, I don't know. I had cancer in 1992. And so I've been a neck breather. Yeah, for 10 years on no food. No food by mouth for 10 years. And I had feeding food for 17 years. And I've been free of the feeding food for about 10 years. And I get feeding food. nothing goes in my belly. And it's a big operation, it's not. I mean, they have to. They have to open me all the way up. Man, that's a free out housing real estate left. They don't have anywhere else to put one. So the next thing to have to be permanent for the rest of my life. And I would like to avoid that for as long as possible. But I had to go on and on. Boys all over my hair, put me. Instead, I'm gonna go to the backyard. Look at that sun. And then to the backyard on Thursday to meet with that's for the surgeon. Apparently, my carotid artery is blocked. One of them is approximately maybe 70 to 80% blocked. Because I had radiation, it's more of a thickening of the arteries. The arteries are getting thick. And so I'm not experiencing any symptoms associated with the plaque. And a lot of people, when they end up with plaque in the arteries, and that builds up and breaks off and goes into the brain, and it can cause visual problems and motor function problems on one side of the body, kind of like a stroke. And that's going to be many strokes when the plaque breaks off. Goes up into the eye. You can have visual problems in one eye. And same as the motor function. The left side of the brain controls the right side of the body. The right side of the brain controls the left side. I am not experiencing any of those side effects. The doctors do not feel, because I've had radiation, that they can't do anything. There's nothing they can do. Well, they could put a stent to open up the artery. They go into the vein, they go into the artery down here. And they go all the way up and put the stent in the neck. And to my anatomy, I have a lot of scar tissue, and my neck is really hard. That's actually my intestine. Because I have my intestine. And they build my throat with it. So I'm always full of shit, you know. And then did the operation. They left part of the intestine hanging on the outside of my neck. tried to put my nuts out, turn the inside out, and fix it to the side of my neck. It was nasty. They had to do that to make sure that it stayed alive during the grafting process. And then they just took some scissors, chopped it off. But I didn't feel nothing, no pain. I was horrible, but it's left a big lump. So I had big bones. And that would make the placement of the stent more painful. That would be uncomfortable and painful. And there's also the possibility that the artery will just keep thickening and go into the stent. And then to me, to my level of activity, it's not, the doctor doesn't advise diabetes. And the probably decrease my quality of life. And putting the stent in, just doing the procedure, is a high risk of stroke. So they advise that I do nothing and that I keep living my life and that I take a baby aspirin as a blood thinner to prevent or minimize the possibility of a stroke. So for 2 weeks, I've been trying to swing and stretch out. The doctors did a scan to look for my cancer, and the next day they're like, you're trying to have children, I need to block, blah, 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 blah. And apparently they forgot that we talked about this in 2016, and they were thinking this was new, and I had to show them the report showing them, hey, we talked about this a while ago. In 2016, the doctors reported a 20% blockage, so it's a significant difference between now and then. I make sure to prepare myself. Thankfully, I don't drink alcohol, and then very rarely. It's just, it's not alright. So I like alcohol in the bad sense. Like it a little too much, but it makes my mouth hurt extremely bad. I have like just 2 or 3 shots. The next day, the pain is just horrible. So I just, next thing, there's normally to artery blockage in older people and people that's in history of chronic smoking and drinking. Yeah, take care of your life. That's it. Catches up with you. I had no idea in my life. I had a lot of fun back in the day. You know, cancer at 17, partying like a rock star for the first 20 years, 10 years. I didn't think I was going to live this long. Shit. If I knew I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. You know? Yeah, my life, I feel like it's just starting. I can easily live another 40 years. No problem. I mean, yeah, I had some problems, but I'm probably healthier than most people. Just because I ride a bicycle. And I can't go have McDonald's. I blend up food. And I don't see the point in blending up fried chicken. So my health and my nutrition is solid. I drink the insure, so that has some sugar and that's processed. But that's the only processed food in my diet. The rest is just raw vegetables and carrots and kale and other baby items. Just plain around. I like to review the vegetables I buy to see if I can make them with. So anyway, maybe I have script to my future videos, which I digest and forgot what the point of this video was. If you're not Peter, and you're worried about this coronavirus, it's real. I was sick in February, and if it was just the flu, oh man, I'm in bed. If I was down to the count for most of February, just super sick. No, that's better. No, I'm sick out of So, I don't know. All I know is I have to go back to riding my bike. And I go for a bike ride today. And I avoid people, take my kid, make her go, and go back to riding every day. And enjoy my life. And then most of you should probably be doing the same. If you're depressed, I've been really depressed. I will make another video on depression. If that's my biggest problem, I mean, I have pain. It's a big problem. But just being depressed, being discouraged, feeling hopeless. It happens to the best of us. Cancer is hard. A lot of people, they overdose when they're doing good on their social media. And they don't share the bad times. They don't share their pain. They just show you how awesome they are. I'm awesome. Well, I am awesome, but I also really struggle with depression. And it's hard. And I'm probably lucky to be alive. Just some depression, it's been keeping my ass off and on. And I, the only thing that prevents the depression is the vaccinated. So I'm planning the background standard. I really wish I could invite you with me to do a true crime. But right now it's not possible. But next year, if you want to ride down the Pacific Coast, and let's do a big ride together. There are a bunch of us fancy riders. If you have a cleaning tube, I will be bringing my blender. And my electric blood can blend up all of your meals. Don't let that stop you. You'll have a lot of fun. Never listen to a trip that's far or that's winter. Let's see. Be safe. Be smart. Enjoy your life. That's all you got. And if you want to do something, if you have a dream, don't let cancer stop you. I've been depressed. I have not been making videos or posting videos because I'm depressed. And I've been using that as an excuse. And I'm sorry for that. I should have been more open and gotten help sooner. I don't want people worried about me. I don't want to experience people. I recently had to almost left Facebook and social media, and unfriended a bunch of people, and I left most of the Facebook groups that I was in. I kind of basically am circling my wagons. Please don't take it personal. I was really having a hard time. If you got unfriended, and want to be my friend, please send me a message. I'm not limiting my social interactions with people right now, because I am depressed and I don't want to hurt people's feelings or get mad at people. And I'm not doing my best. And I'm going to do my best. I'm going to work really hard in the next few months to overcome this depression, to get back to being physically active as a parent, and get back to working once they tell me it's safe. Stage 3, before I can return to work. According to my doctor, she doesn't want me working right now, and she's fine. But I would like to be doing deliveries. Maybe I can. Unfortunately, I'm still fixing my back. The bicycle shop that built my back did a really bad job, and I've had to rebuild the whole bike. And it's just taken me a long time. I haven't had the energy to do all the work at once. I don't have the tools. And my garage is a nightmare mess. So I've just been spending my time doing what I can. Been working on my automobile for my bike. And for my bike, so really excited about that. If everything goes back to normal, I'll be using it to run an ice cream truck business this summer. And I'll be using it to large deliveries. And then I'm also building one to take on our camping trips. So I'm super excited for the future. I'm really hopeful the doctors will do something to fix my thumb pain. I want them to cut it out. They don't have to make it worse. And not having a thumb left. Yeah, you ain't got no time for me. Don't expect much. Yeah, I ain't got no time. So the doctor is weird. If it doesn't have a biopsy, they'll just have to take the whole thumb. And then I'll have no voice. And then I'll probably definitely have to get seriously. So for now, I just love with the pain, manage the pain with exercise and nutrition, and try to stay as sane as possible. It's not easy to do. Inside all the time. The backbiting hurts my medicine. It makes me feel good. It makes me happy. It makes me feel strong. I'm doing good right now. That's a normal laryngectomy class. Has nothing to do with being sick. Of soft mucus phlegm in my lungs and throat that wants to come out. So it's making my body go as normal. I'm not sick. Because the mouth to itself